Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Children's Time on the Steps. I have asked Ellie Grace to join me this morning because I need some help with this children's time. We're continuing to read in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 22, and we're going to hear a story where the Pharisees, they're like religious leaders, church leaders, try to trick Jesus. So, Ellie Grace, I'm going to ask you a question. Looking around, can you point out stuff that belongs to God?
The grass.
The grass belongs to God.
The bricks.
The bricks belong to God.
The trees.
The trees. What doesn't belong to God? Is that a trick question?
Yes.
Why?
Because everything belongs to God, because God made all of us.
Very good. So everything belongs to God because God made all of us. And see, that's where the Pharisees get tricky because they were looking at money. So we have some money here, and they're like, see, this money belongs to somebody else, and this money belongs to somebody else. And if you looked at our money, you can hold these, you would think it belongs to somebody else. It's got somebody else's face on it, and it's got somebody else's country on it. So hear the story. Jesus, the Pharisees asked Jesus, they showed Jesus a coin, and it has Caesar's head on it, and they say, Jesus, who does this coin belong to? And Jesus says, whose head is stamped on it? And they said, the emperor's, that was Caesar. And Jesus says to them, then give to the emperors the things that are the emperors. But remember, everything God made is stamped with God's image. So be sure to give God the things that are God's. And the leaders left amazed and a little disappointed because they didn't trick Jesus. Jesus tricked them. So remember that question where we were looking around trying to figure out what belonged to God and we realized everything belongs to God? That's what we need to remember, that when we think about money and we like to have it, it doesn't own us or belong to us. We have to use it to buy important stuff and take care of each other, but it's not money that defines us. God does. We belong to God. And this is a time of year where we think about how we can use our gifts and our lives and our money to show that we belong to God. So that's something to think about. How can you use your life, your time, and your money to show that you belong to God? And you ask your parents that. How are they using their time and their gifts and their money to show people that they belong to God and love God? So let's close with prayer. And I'll say a line and you repeat after me. God of stuff.
God of stuff.
All good things come from you.
All good things come from you.
Help us to use these things for your glory.
Help us to use these things for your glory.
So people will remember who we belong to.
So people will remember who we belong to.
For places all over the world, God.
For places all over the world, God.
Help us see your image everywhere.
Help us see your image everywhere.
Being honest and open.
Being honest and open.
To the way you're at work.
To the way you're at work.
And we say together, Amen. All right, thank you for your time. See you next week.